All right, so here we go with chapter 1. Now I'm going to tell you chapter 1, vocab, okay? So we have a lot of vocab and terminology to kind of get through, and then we'll start doing some math, okay? So here we go. Let's talk about what is the purpose of this class. What is the main idea? Well, to me, this last sentence here is what the big idea is. We're going to learn about a large group by examining data from some of its members. Well, it's really hard to get data from everybody, like somewhere, okay? So we're going to learn to take, to look at a group that's within that large data set and to see if we can look at that data, see what's happening, that relate to the large set of data, okay? That's in kind of general terms what will we do this semester. So, first vocab word you've got, this is on your paper, is the word data. It's the collection of observations such as measurements, gender, or survey responses, okay? We then have statistics. This is the science of planning studies and experiments, obtaining data, organizing, summarizing, presenting, analyzing, interpreting, and drawing conclusions based on the data, basically this class. That's our class, okay? That's what we're going to learn how to do. Oh, let me just talk to you. So, in terms of vocabulary words, do you have to have these definitions memorized? No. You need to have an understanding. Do you have examples? Do you know what it means, okay? And I'll help you with that. That's, to me, the better way to learn vocab words, not just straight memorize. Population. This is a complete collection of, and what word do you see in red there? All. You probably want to highlight, underline, circle, whatever, that word in your definition. When I say population to you, I want you to immediately associate that with the word all, okay? So population is the collection is complete, and the census includes all of the individuals to be studied. So again, population means what? Oh, that's so weak. Weak as a whole class. Population means what? All. Awesome. Yes, all. Okay. We then have census versus a sample. We've got that census is a collection of data from every member of a population. A sample is a sub-collection of members selected from the population. So again, you've got the population, which is all, right? Then you've got your sample, that's a subset from the all, okay? So, key concept, the subject of statistics is largely about using sample data to make inferences about an entire population. This is it, y'all. This is what this class is about. And we will take each chapter, we'll get closer and closer to this. By the end of the semester, that's what you'll be able to do. Okay? Parameter. Well, a parameter is the numerical measurement that describes some characteristic of a population. So notice we have two P's. The two P's go together. So if you're trying to memorize, keep that in your mind. Population parameter, your two P's. Okay? So if you have a number that talks about the population, that number is your parameter. All right? Well, it's nice. We have a similar grouping, or similar, I guess, letters here with statistic. We have that a numerical measurement describing some characteristic of a sample is a statistic. So we have the two S's now. Sample, statistic. Those two go together. Population parameter, sample, statistic. Okay, again, if you have a sample and you have some number describing the sample, that's a statistic. Okay? All right, so how do you learn this? Well, we talk about it, and we do some examples, okay, to see if you kind of make that connection. So Suppose a farmer wants to learn about the weight of his green bean crop, okay? So he randomly sampled 200 plants and measured the weight of the green beans on the plant. What do you think the population might be here?
The green bean crop.
The green bean crop, yes. But I want a key word that I had y'all use before. All, yes. So get in the habit that, okay, ooh, population, that means what? All. So what is the population? It's all of the green bean plants in his crop. You've got space to write that answer right in your notes. So go ahead and fill that in. So this is where, in this class, was that answer actually in the question somewhere? Not really, right? This is where we have to kind of take the understanding and apply it. So our answer wasn't spelled out, but you knew population meant all. So, okay, here's going to be all the green bean plants. What do you think the sample is going to be?
200 green bean plants.
Yeah, because it says that, right? It says what? He sampled 200. So, okay, that's my sample. The 200 green bean plants selected. Is that okay? Let's do another one. Suppose a doctor wants to determine the average heights of his 3-year-old patients. He selects 52 of his patients and records their heights. So what do you think the population is?
All the 3-year-old patients.
All of his 3-year-old patients. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, so again, it's not spelled out, but you know that population means, again, what? All. What's the sample here?
52 patients.
52, yes. So he selected, same thing as he sampled, okay? The 52 patients. One more. In a recent survey, 2,490 adults in the United States were asked if they checked their email account at least once a day. 48% of the adults said yes. What's the population again, you think?
All the adults.
Good. So we got typo. That should be United. The United States. United States. Okay, so yeah, all the adults. What's the sample?
2,490 people.
The 2,490 people, yes. So here's my question to you. What is this 48%? What is that? Why is it a statistic? Yes, I like that because do we see that the 48%, it's tied to who? Those 2,490 adults, right? So we said what? With the sample, statistic, the two S's go together. So yes, that's going to be a statistic. Is that okay? Good deal, okay. So, we're going to now talk about how to classify our data. We're going to talk about two different types. First, quantitative data, okay? This consists of numbers representing counts or measurements. What does that mean? Basically, you're going to get a number answer, but there's a catch. It's a number answer that I can do like some math with, okay? So, for example, the weight of supermodels. Suppose that we all have our own supermodel. Don't ask why, we just do. So, how much does your supermodel weigh? Just tell me. How much is 100 pounds. Okay. How much does yours weigh? 200. Okay. How much does your supermodel weigh? 130. Okay. Notice, can I not get the average of those numbers? Can I get the difference between those numbers, right? So they're numbers that I can do math with, right? That makes it quantitative data, okay? I could ask each of you your age. I won't, but I could. We could then do what? Get the average age, get the difference between ages, okay? Again, that's quantitative data. We also have categorical, or in some different books, you might see qualitative, okay? But I think this book refers to it as categorical. What's that mean? Well, this consists of names or labels. So normally, it's a word type answer, okay? Now, there are some exceptions to that, all right? But normally, if I ask you the question, you give me a word answer, that means it goes under categorical. So for example, I could say to you, Serena Williams, you will say she is a
Tennis player.
well, let's say the gender. So she's male or female? She's a female. Okay, that's a word answer, right? I could say, because right now I'm so in love with Cam Newton. So Cam Newton, he is a male, right? Okay. Now, let's talk about the next one, though. So if I say shirt numbers on a uniform, I can say Michael Jordan, that number is what?
21.
23.
23.
Okay, 23. No, you're good. 23. Now, ooh, that's a number, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, does it make sense to like average the shirt number, the numbers on your jersey? No. Does that mean that he's like the 23rd person to come out on the
No.
No. The 23 is just a label, right?
Yeah.
There's no mathematical meaning behind that. That's why it's still categorical. Does that make sense? So be careful. Just because it's a number, it does not mean it's quantitative. I have to be able to do some math with it, okay? That's my distinction there. So, let's do a quick little, let's see. No, we'll do this together, and then I'm going to have y'all do a little activity. So, together, what do you think? Gender. Gender's going to be what? That's going to be, do you think? Categorical. Yeah, because, so I'm going to go ahead and spell it, categorical. Because if I ask you your gender, you're going to say male or female, right? So we got word type answers. Is that okay? Temperature, what do you think?
Quantitative.
Quantitative, yes. I'm going to just do shorthand now. Okay? Quantitative. Eye color. What do you think eye color would be?
Category.
Categorical. I'm going to put cat. That means categorical. Okay. All right. Here, let me give you another tip, too. So what if you're on a test and you get confused? So I don't know. Ask yourself the question and see how you answer it. So if I were to ask eye color, what's your eye color? Green. What's your eye color? Blue. What's your eye color in the back?
Blue.
Blue. Notice you just gave what? A word answer. So, oh, okay. Categorical, right? Zip code.
Quantitative.
Categorical.
Oh, we got some discrepancy. So I heard categorical pretty loud. I do like them. Let's talk about why. Yes, I agree that zip code is a number, but does it make sense to average zip code or subtract zip? No, that's just a label, right? So yes. That just looks weird. I'm going to have to stop categorical. I can't go with cat. It just doesn't. So let me just go ahead and not be lazy. Categorical. Spell it all out. All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
For the categorical, so even if it does turn out to numbers, if you can't do any math with it,
It's
like if it doesn't make sense to add, subtract, or do anything with it, it automatically goes into the category.
Yes, because it's a label.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. The average salary of a faculty member at Northeast State. Quantitative, yes. That's money, right? Can't you average money? Find the difference, right? Okay, good. the number of days during the past week a college student has worked. Quantitative. And then I can actually do that. I can say, okay, I can come around the room and say, how many days did you work last week? 2. Okay. How many days did you work last week?
5.
5. Okay. How many did you work last week? 2. All right.
7.
Oh, 7. Right. So I can do what? I can average, right? By the difference between them. Okay, good tip. Social Security number. Yes. You didn't fall into the trap. That's categorical. It does not make sense to average up Social Security numbers.
It's a no-no to look at people's social security numbers anyway.
You are correct. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Can we just put qualitative? Is that okay instead of categorical, or do you want us to put? Because you said it has 2 names, the category.
It does, and I think this book, if you put qual,
calling it qual.
I know what you mean. Okay,
Okay.
but on the test, it'll probably be like a multiple choice.
Okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, it's fine. Heights of males. What do you say? Quantitative, yes. Yay, okay. And then the number of times a 2 is observed after rolling a die 15 times. Quantitative. Okay. So the nice thing is that in this PowerPoint, you've got the answers on the next slide. So if you wanted to kind of quiz yourself again, you could, to go through all of that, okay? All right. So let's do a little group exercise. I'm going to pause Tegrity. So type of data, group exercise. Let's talk about the homes in a neighborhood. Let's go with the categorical first. So if I've got categorical, what were some of y'all's things?
We did the colors of the house.
Good. We've got color of the house. Good.
The material of which the house was built, like brick or wood.
Ooh, good. Material, yes. Anything else?
Zip code.
So we can do zip codes. Good. Anything else?
House number.
Ooh, good. House number. That's just a label, right? Just because you live at 209 doesn't mean that you're the 209th house, on the street or whatever. You can't. Okay, so good. All right, let's now go to quantitative.
We did number of windows or doors that you have.
Sure. So you can say like windows, doors, talking about the actual number of those. Okay, I like that.
We did like number of homes in the subdivision.
Yes. So we have to count the number of houses. We can average that. This subdivision has approximately 20. This one's got maybe, approximately 30 in the subdivision. Yes, I like that. Okay, anything else?
The population per neighborhood.
So probably the actual people.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, good. So people, I like that. Good deal. Anything else from homes and neighborhoods?
Square footage.
Sure. Yes. Square footage. All right, so let's think collectively our purple group. Like, oh, wait a minute. All together. 1, 2, 3. Wonderful job, purple group. That was still really weak on a Monday, but okay. You all can have a seat. Thank you very much. Next, NBA players. So let's go again with categorical.
Number on the jersey.
Number on jersey. I like that. Yes.
Team name.
Oh, yes. Team name. All right, what else? Under categorical?
They said it go either way.
Yeah, we had it for both.
I'm going to put categorical shoe size under quantitative because it's not, I don't really think of that as a label because I can get the average of my shoe size. I can get the difference between the shoe sizes, right? So I place shoe size over here under the quantitative section.
There was a reason you said that. I just can't remember what it was.
And why you put it under categorical?
Yeah, we
You had a
talked about
rationale?
it, we discussed it.
What was
and
the
I don't
rationale?
remember what it was.
I'm open. Don't leave them hanging. Y'all had a reason. You don't remember. Okay, that's okay. All right, next. What else?
Ocean by myself.
One more categorical.
That was it. It was sizable.
I mean, you could do like team color, you could do mascot, and all kinds of stuff, right? Okay, cool. All right. Quantitative, what you got?
Points scored per game.
Sure. Points in the game, okay.
Number of players.
Yes, the number of actual players, yes.
The height of the
Oh, good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Y'all got that. All right. Let's thank our lovely NBA team all together. Good job. Excellent. All right. Last, cars on a lot at a dealership. So what do you have for categorical? What you got?
For which one?
For categorical.
Color?
Color of the car, yes.
Model of the car?
Yes. Model of the car. Very good. Yeah.
Size
Size.
of the car?
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Like a sedan or whatever. Or like, okay, sure.
Or Cadillac.
Sure. Yeah, that's a brand, I guess. Like, but yeah. Uh-huh. All right. That's good. All right. Quantitative. Could you think that's kind of a bit harder?
Price of the car?
Price of the car. So, yes. The money of the car. Yes. What else?
Tire size?
Sure, I guess. That's like a number or something? I have no idea.
I mean, like it's a amount, like you can measure it, yeah.
Okay, sure. I'll go with that. Tires. All right.
Average gas mileage?
Your gas. Good. What else? Anything else?
Regular mileage, like how many miles per line.
Good. All right, that's good. All right. So let's thank our group who did the cars on the lot of dealership. Let's thank collectively. Thank you, JT. All right, awesome. Okay. Does this help, though, to understand the difference between categorical and what? Quantitative. All right. So we're not going to break this down a little bit further, okay? All right. So quantitative data can further be distinguished between discrete and continuous. What does this mean? Well, discrete, this is the result when the number of possible values is either a finite number or a countable number. What does this mean to you? You don't have a partial. Either you have it or you don't. Okay? So, let's pretend we are all farmers. We've got chickens. I want to go out there and see how many eggs do I have going on today. So, I'm on the farm, you're on the farm. How many eggs does your chicken lay? 10. How many does yours lay?
I'm so sorry. I have to say this. I just moved and I had chickens at 5. 2 of them died. And when you said that,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was just like, well, I don't lay none.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're old. It's okay. They're really, really, really old. So it's okay. But my chicken lays 5.
Okay, so 5 / none. Alright, how many chickens? How many eggs does your chicken lay? 6. Does anybody's chicken lay 6.5? No. That's not possible. That's discrete. You can't have a partial. Okay? Now, here's a new update for y'all. Anybody know really how many eggs a chicken can lay per day? You guys should know, because you're how many?
Why did you move there? I don't know.
Oh, you just moved there.
Chicken. Yeah, maybe.
I didn't grow up with chickens. I grew up with cows.
Okay. Let me tell y'all, it's 1. All this time, I've been like, oh, I can like 20, 15. Apparently 1. Isn't that? So there you go. That's what that's why out today. Hey, chickens lay 1. I don't know. That's why I guess you're gonna have a whole lot of them to get like a whole dozen or whatever. You know, you don't have just like 1 chicken. You get 1 egg a day. It's not gonna do anything for you. So just saying. There you go. All right. So we all clear the screen. Next one is continuous. What does this mean? Continuous is if you can have that partial. If you can have a fraction or decimal, that's continuous. So again, We're back to being farmers. This time we have the cows. Great, I'm going to ask you. So how many gallons of milk does your cow put out today, this morning?
A gallon?
Sure. Oh, notice she said a gallon on the dot. Now, that's still continuous because isn't it possible for the cow to have like a gallon and a half or... Yes, it is. You don't know. I mean,
Don't say you guess yourself.
It's not dairy cows I grew up with, just...
Oh, okay, I didn't get assumptions. I'm sorry. Okay, so for example, then, does that make sense? If you're able to have that partial, that's continuous. Like weight, for example. If you weigh something, it could be exactly 5 pounds, or it might be like what? 5.3, right? 5.9, right? So if you can have that partial, it's continuous. Does that make sense? Does that help between discrete versus continuous? Okay. So you know what's next. We got to check ourselves. Do we get it? The amount of water in a cup in ounces. What do you say? Discrete or continuous? Continuous. Excellent. I'm going to put a C there. The number of desks in a middle school classroom. Discrete. No one has a desk and a half. The number of cars in a grocery store parking lot. Discrete. And the weight of an elephant in pounds. A lot. All right, good deal. Okay. I've got time to introduce this next section, and we'll discuss it further on Thursday. So, levels of measurement. We've already discussed that we have categorical and quantitative, right? We can further break each of those down into 2 kind of categories. The first we're going to talk about is how do you further break down categorical? You have 2 options. You have nominal, and then we have ordinal. What's nominal? Nominal says that I have data that cannot be arranged in order. So first of all, remember that categorical is like word answers, right? So once you get those word type answers, it doesn't make sense to put them in any kind of order. So for example, if I have a survey response and I say yes, no, undecided, I can't put those in an order. To me, a better one is eye color. Jot that down. Eye color is a great example of nominal. So first of all, I can ask you your eye color. You give me back the color, right? So do we agree it's categorical first of all?
Yep.
But can I order them? Is green better than brown?
No.
I've got brown. I think brown's pretty good, right? But really, there's no sense of betterment. There's no sense of order, okay? That's nominal. The difference is ordinal. I can have a sense of betterment, or I can put them in some kind of an order. Hence the word what? Ordinal, right? Okay, so again, this takes your word type answer. It falls under categorical, but there's a sense of betterment. So do we agree that grades, that's a label, right? That's a categorical thing. However, isn't there a sense of betterment? Would you agree that an A is better than an F? Yes, right? So I can put those in order. What about like you know, movie ratings, they have the stars, right? That's going to be our categorical 5 stars with the colors, with the, you got the more stars, the better, right? Okay. All right. Well, how do you further break down quantitative? You got 2 ways. You have interval. The key thing on this one is there is no natural 0 starting point. That means that I can go below 0, okay, when I talk about interval. They like the example years. Years, you've got your AD and your BC. Let me just tell you now, you should memorize years. Years will show up on a quiz and on your test. Don't overthink it, okay? So years is going to automatically be interval. A better example to me is temperature. Does 0 degrees mean there's no temperature? No. I can have what? Negative. Now don't go into like Kelvin and junk. I'm not going there. Don't again. We're talking about Celsius, okay, and Fahrenheit. You can go below your 0, okay? All right. There's one more type. So again, interval falls under what? Quantitative. These are things that I can do what I can do math with. Ooh. I can get the difference between these those numbers, right? So remember, this falls under quantitative. The other one is ratio. Ratio, this means that 0 is your bottom, right? So, okay, when I talk about the price of college textbooks, when I talk about money, 0, that's my bottom, right? And then I do what? I go up from there. If I'm measuring height, you start at what? 0 and then do what? Measure from there. Does it make sense for you to be negative 5'4"?
No.
You laugh. But that's what I want you to think about, right? That's how you think about it. So, yeah, no. So that's ratio. Let's recap. I said that pretty quickly. Oh. Okay, I guess we got to do, okay, I'll recap on the side up here. So basically, bless you, I want you to think first, is something categorical or is it quantitative? I only then have two choices. If it's categorical, my choices are what? Nominal or ordinal. If it's quantitative, I have what? Interval or ratio. What I would do if I were you, I would have my key items in my head to think about for those. So ratio, you might use height. That's your go-to example in your brain. Interval, temperature might be your go-to example. Ordinal, you might use grades. Nominal, you might use hair color, eye color. So, what do we have? What do you think is the key word in number 1?
Height.
Highlight it. That's your, I don't care really who it is, heights of whoever. I don't care. What's height's going to be, you guys? It's going to be ratio. Very good. What's the key word in number 2? Temperatures. What's that going to be? And in fact, you know what, let me stop. What we'll do is we'll come back to further, because I want to break this down further. I want you to first think, is this quantitative or categorical first? Because then that helps narrow down your choices, right? Okay? So, we will pick this up on Thursday. Let me go ahead and stop Tegrity.